Okay, so I don't want to alarm you or anything, but something massive, well, maybe I already gave it away in the title. I don't know. I am reactivated on the Uber platform. That's right, I am reactivated on the Uber and Uber Eats platform, both rideshare and delivery as of today. Now, if you're new to the channel, well, firstly, this channel is dedicated to your success in this gig economy, this side hustle. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. I won't get into all the details, but I was deactivated years ago on the Uber platform for a ticket back in 2011. And I've been trying to get back on, not as much for the ride share, more for the delivery. I mean, I would do ride share, but more for that delivery. And I gave up on it. I thought I would never drive on the Uber platform again. Well, going into my profile, just here and there, I saw a prompt to update my documents. Obviously, right? You update your documents, your registration, etc. So I'm like, all right, I'll try it. I've seen this before, actually, so I did it. I uploaded my documents, and the background check was usually the thing that threw a wrench in all this because of that ticket. So the background check would never go through. It didn't really rerun. It was just always denied, I think. Anyway, so it asked me to consent to another background check. So I'm like, all right, let's run it. So I ran the background check, and it came back pending, right? It's going to go pending and then approved. So I was like, it's pending, okay. And then it said, do your vehicle inspection. It's just a simple inspection of your vehicle. So I'm like, all right. And I uploaded my registration. That was approved. And then the background check was approved. And it said, the only thing you need to do is do your vehicle inspection. Well, I did that today. I uploaded the documents, which is in my glove box. And about an hour or so later, I was approved. Pretty cool. And yeah, so today, I'm going to give you first-hand new driver experience driving on Uber Eats. Number one, it is hot out there. Number two, please excuse the makeshift blackout curtain. It is hot and me looking all sweaty. But I just got back from driving Uber Eats for the first time in years. And I'm going to give you my firsthand, right after shift experience. So if you don't know, I have driven on basically every food delivery out there, sans Grubhub basically. I've done Uber Eats in the past. I've done DoorDash, I've done Postmates, and I did Amazon restaurants when that was still a thing. Well, number one, it was busy, but not a good kind of busy. Now granted, it's a random Monday, and I drove, we'll put up the hours here, but I drove kind of in the middle of the early afternoon, kind of odd times on a Monday. So let's take this feedback with a grain of salt because of that. But there were no bonuses, and the orders were very frequent. It was basically nonstop. So if for some reason, if there was maybe a batched bonus, it would have helped there. But no, there's no promos, and it was just busy with base pay orders. I don't recommend you take base pay orders, if you can, on most any app, and here's why. So let's look at a few orders that came in here. I always talk about the dollars to mile ratio. I want you to be at $1.50 plus paid out to you for every business mile that you drive. But today on Uber Eats, I was getting offers of $1 per mile or less, which was astounding. Keep in mind, for business miles here in 2020, you can write off 57.5 cents per business mile driven. So if you can write off 57.5 cents and these platforms offer you, I don't know, 90 cents or 88 cents, there's not much of a margin there. So I got a lot of orders and I actually declined a good amount of orders as well. It was crazy. I never have to decline that many orders on DoorDash. So the ones I declined, it was just not worth it. It was under $1 per mile. And again, you're kind of basically losing money, or you're breaking even just to put miles in your car and deliver food, and you're not really getting any net profit for doing so. My strategy with this side hustle with these gig economy apps is just that. It's a side hustle that a lot of these apps, they're best used as side income. Now in some markets, on some apps, I do think you can do this full time. Here in San Diego, for instance, I get really good pay, peak pay on the DoorDash app. Now again, going back to Uber Eats, this was my first time I was activated and I immediately went online, again, random Monday, just to see how it was. So this is absolutely just a first-hand experience from a quote-unquote new Uber Eats driver. So other things that I'm thinking about is the app itself, and let me know if you agree with this, but I feel like the Uber Eats app, it's too muddy. There was too much stuff going on, just text everywhere. I feel like the DoorDash app is cleaner. I feel like the Postmates app is cleaner. And maybe that's just me because I haven't used the Uber Eats app in some time. I don't know. Is it just me? Let me know. Do you think the Uber Eats app is kind of clustered? I mean, once I got the hang of it, I only did, I think, 4 deliveries. I'll put up the numbers now. But even doing a few deliveries, one after another, I still felt like the app was a little cluttered. So as mentioned, I am active on both rideshare and delivery on Uber Eats. So if you do get activated on Uber, that's something to consider. You can have another revenue stream if you are open to doing rideshare. Now let me show you how to turn it off, the rideshare option, if you don't want to do that. If you do have both options, you're going to go into the settings here and you're just simply going to toggle it off. You can toggle either one and just make yourself available for one or the other, or both. I did see one surge zone. It was around, I think, lunchtime, and it was really a pretty small bonus. It was $1.50 per delivery bonus. For instance, today, Monday, the 24th of August, on a DoorDash later this evening, from 4 p.m. until 8:30 p.m., there is I think it's a $3.50 bonus. But granted, that's dinner time. I was driving, again, kind of some random early afternoon lunchtime. So my overall first impressions, kind of final thoughts on my first impression. Well, the learning curve, it was okay. But I think that, again, I feel like the learning curve to really become an expert in Uber Eats may be longer. Again, this is first impression, but it may be longer than DoorDash or Postmates. And if we throw on top of that the surge zones, because remember, with Uber Eats, if you're not aware, those surge zones, the bonuses, they change basically in real time. Now, there's some delay, of course, but they're constantly changing. Versus Postmates and DoorDash, the per delivery bonus, it's the same way. If and when those apps offer bonuses, they are scheduled bonuses. So you'll know, hey, drive in Mission Valley between these times, and you'll be guaranteed to receive the extra $2, $3, $5 on every single delivery. So that goes back to the learning curve on Uber Eats. It's saying, okay, you really need to know your market more on Uber Eats. You need to know, well, what times are busiest, right? Like we saw today, I was driving really during a non-busy time. You need to know what areas of the marketplace, especially because those surge zones, it's going to appear and disappear, and only in those busy zones. The delivery process was fine. Interacting with the app itself, it really wasn't that bad. Again, this is my first shift in some time on Uber Eats, but let me know down below in the comments. If you drive for multiple apps, which you should, what's your favorite? And make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, because we have just unlocked Uber, UberX, and Uber Eats here in San Diego. So there's a ton of exciting new content to come. And if you haven't done so already, check out yourdrivermike.com, the only site built that teaches you what actually works so you can make more money on your next shift. You can click or tap the screen now for my most recent video, as well as a video recommended for you, and I'll see you in the next one.